Close brace. For JavaScript developers, by JavaScript developers. We're back at it. We've got our Webpack config file all set up, but we still need to make a few more changes to get hot reloading working. First, I made a small mistake in the previous tutorial and had you add the wrong version of the react-hot-loader module. Fortunately, that's an easy fix. In a terminal window, hit your music list directory and just type yarn add react-hot-loader at next. Hit enter, that'll overwrite the existing version, and you're good to go. Head back to Sublime and open /views/index.ejs. We need to change our JavaScript reference. Find line 10, script source equals /javascript/build.js, and replace it with this. Script source equals http:// localhost port 8080 /javascripts/build.js. Save that file. This is just telling our React app to load from our new Webpack development server instead of from a static file. Later, when we get to deploying this application, we'll want to go back to the static file, and we'll need to set up a way to switch between the two based on production environment. But we'll get to that. Now we need to inform our React app itself that we've enabled hot reloading. Open up /source/index.jsx, and we're going to make some changes here. We need to add an app container component, which is created by the React hot loader, and then use it to wrap our application. Start by finding line 2, import render from React DOM, and just below it, add a few new lines. And then add this text. Import app container from react-hot-loader. You'll see an ESLint error here because we're not using app container yet, but incidentally, that's the line that ESLint would also have complained about if we hadn't added a rule exception in the previous tutorial. Now we're going to replace our render block with a function because we're going to need to call it twice. Let's write our function first so we can compare it to the existing render block. Head to the bottom of the file and add the following. As you can see, this really isn't so different from the existing render block. It's just creating a function called renderApp, which takes a parameter called component, which needs to be a React component. It then sticks that component into the app container component we imported up above. Alright, you can delete the entire render block at the top. We won't be needing it anymore. However, you may note that while we created a renderApp function, we didn't actually render the app. So below the function, go ahead and call it, like this. And that's great, but we still need more. We need to check and see if hot reloading is enabled in our Webpack build, and then reinitialize our top-level component if it is. We do this by adding the following lines to the end of the file. The module we're looking for is provided by Webpack while bundling. You might be wondering why we're calling the same function twice, which generally seems like bad policy. However, in this case, there's a good reason. The page won't render for the first time if we only use the if block we just wrote. We'd have to make a change and save it to see anything except loading ... and that's no good. So we run the function once to initialize our component, and then call it again anytime a change happens in order to reinitialize that component, which allows the hot reloader to show changes without a full page refresh. Nifty. The last thing we need to do is create a script to run our Webpack dev server. Save this file, then open package.json, and just below line 6, add a new line, and the following text. Start-w, webpack-dev-server. Save that file. We should be good to go. I'm curious to see if this is going to work or if I accidentally had you do something horribly wrong. Let's restart our node server if it's already running. Or start it if it's not. Then, in a different terminal or command prompt, make sure we're in our music list directory, and type the following. Yarn run start-w. Dope. Aha, webpack.config.js. This is a legacy issue from our previous text. This was path.join, but we've since switched to using resolve. We don't need the .join anymore. Delete that, save it, head back to your terminal window, and try again. Yarn run start-w. Hey, there we go. Compiled successfully. Now we can navigate back to localhost port 3000, and we'll see, well, the same thing we were already seeing. Although, if we open our console, we'll see some notices about hot module replacement. That's a very good sign. So now let's make a change and see if it reloads. Head back to Sublime, open up /source/index.jsx, and let's change one of our props. Specifically, change the count from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8. Then save your file. Hey, look at that. If we switch back to localhost port 3000, we can see that our changes have happened. Automatic rebuilding and hot reloading in action. This is going to make our life a whole lot easier. In the next tutorial, we'll be moving away from test components, setting up our React directories, and establishing our basic application frame. Catch you then.